It was recently announced that Islam Makhachev will be vacating his 155-pound belt and moving up to the welterweight division. Some of you guys might hear that and think that that's bad news. I personally think this is the best thing to happen to the UFC in the last few years, and here's why. It's no secret that Islam was dominating at 155 pounds. I mean, I can't look at anybody and point and think of any clear opposition in sight. He went through pretty much all of the guys in the top half of the division, basically cleared it out. There's really no one else for him to fight except kind of go through the ringer and fight basically the same three guys that been fighting for the belt over the last 5 years. I think this opens up the opportunity for new fights, new matchups, new potential for him. I also think this opens up the opportunity for Islam to get beat. And I'm not saying I want to see Islam get beat, but I think that's what makes a fight exciting. I mean, if I'm going into a fight, I know what I'm watching, it's Islam versus whoever at 155 pounds, I feel like I know that outcome for the most part. I mean, it's a fight, anything can happen, but I don't want to go into a fight with knowing in my mind the probability that this person's probably going to win 95 to 99% of the time. So I think when he goes up to 170, he'll be fighting against bigger guys that are coming down from 185 pounds, dudes that are the same size that take away that size advantage. It opens up a lot more opportunity, a lot more danger for him, which I think is exciting. That's what's going to make the fights exciting for us as fans to watch, and also as, you know, as him as a competitor, someone who wants to challenge yourself. I mean, going back to 155 pounds too, this opens up a door for all of those guys that are down there. Those three guys, Dustin, Justin, Max, Charles, that have basically been in a revolving door. One of those guys could go back and potentially, you know, fight for a belt, win the belt. Charles is fighting against Ilia. I don't think he would have an opportunity to potentially get a two-time championship if Islam was in that division still. I do think that's a tough fight for Charles. I think stylistically, he gets hit a lot, and you can't really afford to get hit by someone like Ilia, especially going up in weight, and he's going to have more power behind his shots. I'm a Charles fan. I love Charles. I don't know if I like that matchup for him, if I'm being entirely honest. But this could also open up the potential if Ilia does win the belt, him versus Paddy. That's been a saga that's been playing out for the last, what, 3-4 years since UFC London in like 2022. And that's actually a legit fight that could happen now. These guys are at two different points in the career, two different trajectories. Paddy's proven himself. He's a legit guy. He should be at the top of the division. And Ilia could have the belt. That's a fight that sells, and that's a fight that the UFC wants. You're trying to find a great way to get a money fight for Paddy, and also actually kind of, you know, I feel like he's already been kind of fraud tested, but really see what he's about. That is a great fight, a phenomenal fight that you could sell in Europe. Sell out a soccer stadium with that. By all means, that's the first fight in the UFC that will be in a soccer stadium. Actually, I think there was a fight in Australia that was in a soccer stadium. But outside of that, it doesn't happen often. That is one that you can book 100%. Also, Dustin, I mean, he's got his last fight supposedly against Max Holloway for the BMF belt. I think if Dustin wins that fight again, because I think he'll win that fight. He's already won it twice. I mean, what's the point of seeing a third fight other than it's just a retirement fight and a BMF fight, and these guys are both at weird points in their career. If Dustin wins that fight, I 100% believe that if there's some way that the UFC just puts it in his ear that he could fight for the belt again, why not? Why not? And I think that's a winnable fight. All of his other title fights have been against grapplers, except the interim fight when he won against Max for the interim belt. That was against a striker. All the other fights were against grapplers, against Charles, against Islam, against Khabib. This would be a striking matchup for Dustin in the championship against a smaller guy. I like that fight for Dustin. I think that's actually a fight Dustin could win. I don't know. I think this is phenomenal. For Islam to go up to 170 pounds, it opens up a lot more opportunity for him to actually have tough fights, which I want to see as a fan. We could also see a lot more big fights with 155 pounds with Ilia and Paddy, with Ilia and Dustin. There's so many more doors that open up. There's so many names in the 155-pound division that they've kind of been just hovering around that top 5 spot because there's just been no way to break through. I think this opens up a lot of doors. I'm curious what you guys think. Are you guys excited about this? Do you guys think this is good for the UFC, or how do you guys see things playing out? What are some of the matchups that you guys want to see? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys have any ideas, video suggestions, things you guys want to see. I'm trying to get away from being like a talking head on the screen and more so doing some lifestyle stuff, maybe get out and do some more vlogs, things like that. Drop it in the comment section below if there's things that you want to see. I am more than happy to make those videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, I will catch you guys later.